Hi you all, thanks for tuning to Got Me in Beauty 101. My name is Mansata. Today I'm doing a complete review about AS hair in general as a whole, the textures I love the most and the ones that I really did not care for. Yes, there's one that I did not care for. So the first one I tried from them was the Malaysian Curly. So I'll insert a picture coming up. Malaysian Curly. I really like the Malaysian Curly, even though it's more of a kinky curly type curl. It was really easy to maintain. I wore it for 2.5 weeks in Atlanta, so the heat and everything like that, and it worked great. I didn't really have a lot of problems with it. And I wore it in Africa for 2 weeks, even with the humidity and everything like that. It was really easy to take care of. I did experience shedding in the last couple of days, and I was wearing it in Africa, even though it was on a wig. I do feel like if you were to install it, you probably have a hard time maintaining it if you don't use the right products and things like that. But I really do like it, and I feel like if you were to install as a sew-in, that you will need a very good leave-in conditioner and shampoo to maintain it every day. And it is a texture that you will have to shampoo and condition at least once a week, or co-wash twice a week if you have to, if you decide to color it. After that, I decided to install the Peruvian Straight, the red. I absolutely love the Peruvian Straight. It didn't give me any heart problems or anything like that. It was minimum shedding, not a lot of tangling, even though it was 30 inches all the way down to my booty. I didn't have any problems with that hair. Even here, Africa, I wore it in Africa for 2 weeks as well. Had no problems with it. Absolutely love it. And I'll insert pictures of that as well. And then I installed the Peruvian Body Wave Neck, the blonde. And with that one, I experienced a little bit dryness, but I feel like with the Peruvian Body Wave, the curls lasted a long time. It did not tangle or anything like that, but I did experience a lot of dryness with that texture. After that, I installed the Malaysian Loose Wave. The Malaysian Loose Wave was the one I had issues with, and the company informed me that I probably had a bad batch, so they sent me other bundles, so I will install that later on coming up, just to see if it's the hair itself or if it's the company. But with that, I had a hard time with it. It didn't shed that much, but it tangled. Like, it just tangled. Like, when I washed it, it would tangle, but when it was dry, it wouldn't tangle at all. But as soon as I shampooed or conditioned it, it would tangle like crazy. Like, it will feel so sticky. And I'm not sure because of the Peruvian, but I've used Peruvian before. I've never had that problem with stickiness or anything like that. So I had it for around 2 weeks. I did not keep that in for a month like I did my other installs. I had it for 2 weeks, and I absolutely love the color. It had so many compliments with it. It did measure around like a 28 inch, even though they sent me a 26. I had 2 more inches with that. I had 4 bundles. The fullness was great. The texture was great. I love the color and everything like that. But with the hair, I feel like it got sticky and tangly when I washed it and conditioned it. But when it was dry, it was completely wonderful. So that's the texture I had a hard time with. I cannot recommend the Malaysian Loose Wave to anybody because I'm not skilled. I'm not the best person with weaving like that, but I do take care of my installs very well, especially when it comes to long hair or anything like that. I try to put more effort into my installs. I do buy expensive products and I do buy cheaper products, and I never had that problem with my hair feeling so sticky or tangling while I shampooed it or conditioned it. So that's a no-no for me. Like, I hate hair that tangles, and I feel like when it tangles when you're shampooing it, there's no way that you're not going to lose any hair from brushing it or anything like that while you try to detangle it. So it makes the install look a little flatter. But I will install that hair again, maybe like in a bob and cut it up. I'm not trying to waste the hair, but for me to use it again, I'll probably have to shampoo and condition it without it being sewed into a cap or a net or anything like that, because it was sewed into a U part. And I did have hair left out. I did not sew that into a wig. I sewed it on my head. I wore it to bed for 2 weeks, everything like that, and it did good. But as soon as I shampooed it or I went to the beach or anything like that, any kind of mist on it, it was crazy, like holy moly, like everywhere. And I'm not ready for that. Like, I do not want my hair tangling places. I don't want to have to go to the club and the mist hits it and I'm like worried about, oh Lord, my hair about to crawl up. Like, I don't want to have to worry about that. So I will not recommend the Malaysian loose wave right now. I can't recommend it. I won't buy it because hair should not do that. Like, no, I am not gonna install that on clients here, and I will install it on family members here and tell them to buy it, where for me it didn't work out just for 2 weeks. I feel like that's a waste of money. Even if I'm ordering from an American vendor or Chinese vendor, I do not feel like my subscribers should invest in hair that would tangle like that. But when it comes to the Peruvian Straight, Body Wave, or the Malaysian Curly, I had no problems with that whatsoever. But again, like I said, they are going to send me replacement bundles, and I will install that later on just to give it another chance, just to see maybe it's just the hair or the bundle they sent me. And if it tangles again, then that means it's not my fault. It's not the bundles, it's the company. They have bad Malaysian loose wave. So when it comes to the company as a whole, I did say I was going to do a review. So I do have bundles and things like that I will do a review on. I will do that in a couple of days. I'm going to go through it, make sure that the hair is of good quality and things like that, and make sure that you'll like it. So please stay tuned for that. So if you're thinking about ordering from AS Hair, again, this is just my experience, things that I've gone through with this install. I've been wearing extensions for a long period of time now, so when I say things like the hair tangles and sheds, it's not because I'm being rough with it or I'm mishandling the hair. It's because I'm giving it days and days and days. And sometimes 2 weeks, if the hair tangles and sheds in 2 weeks, it's hard to survive. You dead, okay? If you are going crazy on me in 2 weeks, most likely I'm not gonna keep you in my head for another 3 or 4 weeks. It's not gonna happen. Like, I'm not gonna struggle with you. I'm gonna uninstall you and get some other hair. So in my experience, the Malaysian loose wave is not something that I will buy. But still try the Peruvian body wave, the straight and the curly. Absolutely wonderful. I love it again. So thank you, AS Hair, for choosing me and picking me to review your hair and things like that. I will be reviewing the deep wave later on this summer, so stay tuned for that. So thank you so much for staying tuned and being so supportive of my channel. Thank you and God bless.